Hey everybody. All of you that watch me and listen to me talk on here, I appreciate you. I really do. And I, I've just finished this piece. And the lighting here is always such shit. Um, but this is a piece yeah, I haven't. I settled on a title for it yet, and to be honest, I'm having some misgivings about even posting it. Um, this it ended up being a very graphic um, picture uh, with a woman being shot in the head, and um, it's a picture about suicide. Um, and I wanted to talk about it. I have struggled off and on my whole life with suicidal ideations and self-harm and all of that. If you followed me here, that's no surprise to you. And people often are worried about me. They're always kind of waiting to see how much of a danger I am to myself. And this piece is not about me. I was a paramedic for a very long time. I've seen very, very many people shot in the head. And what is remarkable about that is how quickly it becomes a commonplace to you. I've seen dozens of people shot in the head, and I don't remember very many of them, to be honest. But there is one in particular, and as this piece began to take shape, I was, of course, immediately drawn back to thinking about that person. And if you're willing to stay for a story, I think that I'm willing to tell one. Maybe, I don't know, maybe about 6 or 7 years ago, I was on duty and we got a call for a gunshot wound. Now, we had a new person with us at the time on orientation. So anyway, we go into this house, and I believe this had come through dispatch not as a suicide, but as just shots fired, gunshots. So we got there were police all over. They had their rifles out. They didn't really know what to expect when they showed up. They busted into this house and found this gentleman on the floor. I walked in and it looked like he was dead. He'd clearly shot himself in the head, and I thought, well, great. This is an easy one. And I rolled him over and he wasn't dead. He was still breathing, and I thought, oh shit. And if you're not a paramedic, that might sound terrible to you. But here's the deal. He was going to die. I knew it. He didn't know it yet. But I still had to do all of these things to him. And I'm kind of muttering under my breath, and I'm trying to pull him out of the corner where we found him so that we can get to work. And the handgun that he had used was still right there next to him. And it will sound crazy to everyone to hear, but I swear you could feel the malice coming off of that weapon. And it sounds crazy to say, but I swear that gun was pleased with itself. And it's a bit of a surrealistic scenario. There you are in this tiny room. You've got police officers with their AR-15 inches from your head. You're trying to pull this person out who has been shot in the temple. It was a Luger, one of those pistols you see German Wehrmacht officers carried in World War II. And we took him to the hospital, we intubated, we did all the things, and we're there with our new person, our new orientee, and bagging this guy, breathing for him after we got the tube into him, and breathe, and we've done all the things, and we just have about a 10-minute drive to the hospital, and we're not talking about the shooting or the run. We were talking about my partner's home life. We were talking about mundane crap while we breathe for this guy, while his brain slowly kind of Play-Doh extrude through the small hole that he's made in himself, and that's what this is about. That's what this is about. This is about the suicides, the shootings, the thoughts of suicide, and the realities of suicide. And I think that ultimately it is about my struggle to find a normal civilian reality where something like being shot in the head is a shocking thing to talk about. It's a shocking thing to see. Because even now, telling this story to strangers, it honestly feels very, very mundane to me.